Hey y'all, Bear here. It's Tuesday, time for camp cooking. It's the fall, it's October, the leaves are changing, so we're doing some fall meals. We're going to do chili this week. That's right, chili. Oh, it's going to be awesome. But we're going to do it backpacker style, which means we're going to make it chili mac because those noodles give us extra energy and they digest slowly. They're good out on the trail, but if you're low carbonate, just skip the mac. You can still make chili on the trail. Now, I was going to originally create my own vegetable mixture for this, and then I realized that in my soup and chili mix sampler I ordered from Harmony House, that they've got 3 chilies already put together for me. So they've got a vegetable chili mix, black bean chili mix, and a mixed bean chili mix. And we're going to utilize the mixed bean, some beef bouillon, my pasta I dehydrated, and some seasoning mixed. That's right, I dehydrated the pasta. If you want to freezer bag cook it, that's the way to go. You got to cook it at home and then dehydrate it. Well, anyhow, let's get to putting together what we're going to do here and go to cooking. Oh yeah, and I'm going to use my kettle, my GSI kettle. When all I'm doing is boiling water, sometimes that's what I take with me. We're going to do it on my old pocket rocket from MSR. And this is just kind of what I use for canteens when I'm backpacking. And if you can see here in the photo, I've marked off some measurements so I can fill it to the top of the bottle, and I know that's a cup, cup and a half, 2 cups. And I'll do that for easy measuring out on the trail. Anyhow, let's put this together. So we need 1 freezer bag. Now what I did is I measured out a cup of my pasta as it went in the dehydrator. So I'm going to add that to my bag. And then we need a 1/4 cup of the chili mix. And I would prepare all this at home. I'm not doing this on the trail. 1/4 cup of chili mix. Let's see here. We need some beef bouillon because the Harmony House uses these beefish bits. That's right, it's a soy product. It's not real beef, so there's not going to be any flavor. 1 beef bouillon. Then we need a teaspoon and 1/3 of our chili seasoning. So I'm just going to give it a good heaping teaspoon. Yep, there you go. That's a meal for the trail. Let's boil up some water and let it cook. Now, I'm guessing we're going to need somewhere between 1.5 cups and 2 cups of water for this. All right, pot on. Oh, we got steamage. That means we're boiling. Zip us up good. And then we're going into a koozie. I've got these homemade koozies I made out of Reflectix. You can get it at Lowe's or Home Depot or anywhere. It's insulation for your heat and air work at home. Well, we're going to let this guy hang out for, I don't know, 30 or 40 minutes. I'm going to go walk a couple miles and then we'll come back and eat. Now at this point, I'm sure there's a couple questions you might be asking yourself. For instance, my wife asked. She came home and caught me dehydrating noodles I just cooked. She looked and she said, "Didn't you just rehydrate them?" I was like, "Well, yes, I did. But this is different." So when you cook your pasta at home, then dehydrate it, it's going to do better cooking in the freezer bag with just hot water. You can even cold soak it and it's going to come out okay. But you can't do that with just raw dried pasta. It's got to get cooked first. Now there's a few pastas out there that are some exceptions that'll cook up well in hot water. You've just got to experiment. Rice pasta, rice noodles in the Asian section comes to mind for one. Some of those are literally just pour hot water on them and they're done. So anyhow, That's why I do that, because it just works better on the trail. Now, if you want to, you can go through the process of cooking that pasta in your cook pot out on the trail, but that's going to use more fuel if you're backpacking. Now, the other big question you might be asking yourself is, why in the world am I going through the trouble of making myself chili mac when I can just buy the Mountain House? That's right, this is one of my favorites too. I like the Mountain House chili mac, it's really good. So why would you do that instead of buying these? I can think of two huge reasons why you might make your own chili mac instead of just buying the Mountain House. Number one is control. I don't have any influence over the ingredients on this Mountain House bag. It just is what it is when I get it off the shelf. So I have to be okay with the sodium levels and the such that are in this bag. But if you have special dietary needs, you can mix your own up and control what's going in that freezer bag. The other thing is cost. So the current bags are 2 servings, and those current bags cost, let's see, I got myself some notes here. The current bags cost $9.49. Now you can get the cost down by doing a number 10 can of the chili mac, and those number 10 cans are $39.99, which comes out to $7.99 per 2 servings to match a bag. But with what I just did, your seasoning mix, I used about 25 cents worth of seasoning. I then used another 82.5 cents worth of Harmony House chili mix, and I used about 12 cents worth of pasta. So my meal's about $1.20. So there you go. This is super convenient, but if you're going on a budget or you want to control what's going into it, you gotta make your own. But since I've got it out, we're gonna go ahead and cook this up so we can compare it. I like these, most people do. So I've got another koozie. I've got 2 cups of water, which is what this size bag calls for. We're gonna fire the stove back up and get it going too. Of course, Mountain House claims this guy's gonna be ready in 8 to 9 minutes. I never do that. I always let these guys hang out for at least 20 minutes, sometimes up to 40 minutes. Let there be fire! Don't eat that. It's not seasoning. Oh, we got steamage. All right, let's go hike. Whew, I gotta get my hike legs back. Just knocked out a couple miles, about 1,600 foot of elevation. And anyways, we've been hydrating for, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes. We got our Mountain House, got a random bear hair, and then we got our homemade job here. So we're getting ready to pour them up, do a little compare and contrast, see what we've got. And I'm gonna get a sip of water. Come on in and let's take a look. Light it up. You see that? Here's our Mountain House. And you know, hiking, you just get in here and mix this guy up with the old long spoon. Got some clumps going on, I'm breaking up. And we just eat that right out of the pack hiking, but we'll pour it off in the bowl so we can see what things look like. All right, well here's what we did with our own ingredients, and I got no idea, I haven't peeked yet. She's a touch watery. Maybe a tablespoon or 2 of cornstarch in there to make that a little more saucy. Some, maybe a little tablespoon of Harmony House tomato powder too. That'll help thicken it up. Anyhow, let's pour them off. So, what can I say? Harmony House has got a good product. Looky there. Now that's about a half serving more than what I'm figuring I got here. And mine is really soupy. We can fix soupy though. We can fix that. So there you go. There's my first cut at Chili Mac for the trail. Let's dig in and give them a taste test. We're gonna compare it to the mighty Mountain House. I'm going in for some of mine first. There we go. I'm gonna say double down on your seasoning for this guy, but it tastes good. It's just a little, it's on the weak side. Yep, add seasoning, thicken the broth, but everything's hydrated well. What can I say? Mountain House Chili Mac is one of my favorites. There you go. we gotta work on my seasoning. The hydration's there, but we're flavor-wise, we're not quite to Mountain House yet. They outdid me. We'll see you on the trail.